This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboy's Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Good evening. Buenas noches. Bonsoir tout le monde. Buenas noches todo el mundo. Good evening, everybody. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. How are you guys doing? Everybody doing okay? Well, if you guys haven't already, firstly, I encourage you to hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, please go ahead and firstly, hit the subscribe button. And after that, what I implore you to do as well is to check out the two videos that were done early today. One in relation to Kyle Ming, that's right, Cavalier defender Kyle Ming, and another one in relation to Shamar Bailey, who just had a trial at Celta Vigo, and he has been asked to come back to Celta Vigo on trial. That's right, a Jamaican-born football player went on trial at Celta Vigo, and he's been asked to go back to Celta Vigo on trial. So you want to listen to that interview. All right, guys? So please listen to that interview. Give me your thoughts, and then we can proceed from there. And we'll get right into the depth of this video in particular. Let's take some comments, shall we? Timur Peterkin says, "Up, Simon. Hey, how are you? Mr. Peterkin, all is well? Hope all is well. What's new? How are things? Let us know how you're feeling. Everything okay? Well, you and the family are doing okay. What's new? What's going on? How are things? Looking forward to hearing from you." Sharad Hall says, "Good evening, Mr. Preston." Good evening, Sharad. How are you? All is well? I hope you're okay. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary for more. All right? Hit the like button, and after you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button. Okay? Yes, please make sure that is a part of your routine. Hit the like button, and then you hit the subscribe button as we get right into the depth of this video in particular. Before we get into this, what is the deal? This player in particular, what I'm going to do first for you guys is answer some of the questions that I see in the chat. There's a few questions. I'm going to answer a few of them, and I'll get right into this individual that we have to speak about. All right? So that is exactly what we're going to do. Mr. Galaxy says, like up. Yep, you heard Mr. Galaxy. What's the deal with Romain Mundell from Tottenham Hotspur? The deal is Romain Mundell is 20 years old. He was born in London, and he was born to Jamaican parents, so he has Jamaican heritage. Sham6 says, "Big up yourself, Simon." Big up. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Mr. Galaxy says, "Happy for Tyler Roberts." Yes, extremely happy. And for those of you that haven't heard the news by now, Tyler Roberts of Wolverhampton Wanderers, who made his debut for Jamaica quite recently against Trinidad and Tobago, and was also a member of Jamaica's squad at the Concacaf Under-20 Championship in Honduras last year. He signed a new 2-year deal at Wolverhampton Wanderers, which means he's tied to the West Midlands-based club until 2025. That's right. Tyler Roberts is at Wolverhampton Wanderers and will be at Wolverhampton Wanderers for another 2 years. So that's Dexter Lembikisa and now Tyler Roberts signing contract extensions at Wolverhampton Wanderers. So clearly there is a pathway and there's a future for these men at Wolverhampton Wanderers, and we look forward to seeing them more and more as this season comes to an end quite soon, and also next season as well. Shamar Bailey says, all is well, Simon. How about you? I'm doing well. I'm doing okay, thank you. One day at a time, and trusting that everything will fall into place in due time. So that is how I feel, and I trust that it will fall into place in time. Yeah. Tennessee Lewis says, good evening, Simon. Good evening, Tennessee. How are you doing, brother? All is well? Hope you're good, man. Wayne Carnegie says, happy for Tyler. Yep, happy for Tyler Roberts. So that's a new 2-year deal. So he will be at Wolverhampton Wanderers until 2025 at least. So an opportunity, 2 years to get into the first team. Yeah, I think that's fair. And he's what they do, and you find that in a lot of clubs as well, where academy players or local lads get an opportunity. So Tyler Roberts was born in Walsall, and Walsall is in West Midlands. Wolverhampton is located in the West Midlands. So it would make a lot of great pride, especially for the fans, to see one of their own on the pitch, because you have those kids in the stands that can say, well, if Tyler Roberts can do it, and he was born in this county, and I can do it as well, I can represent my county, I can represent Wolverhampton, or I can represent West Brom or Aston Villa or Coventry or Walsall, you know. So this is what the hope, especially of clubs within the Midlands areas as well. Sham6 says, Simon, I was watching our young Reggae boys today. Chelsea versus Spurs, Wolves versus Palace. Dexter played the full 90. Tyler, come on, almost score. Yeah. Did this have a chance? Yeah. Timur Biedick says, all right, fam, good to know. Okay. So I'm going to put up a picture right now so that you guys can be able to see on your screen, and then we'll have a conversation about him. Okay, good. So this guy that you see on your screen, right? Who is he? What's his name? And why are we discussing him? Well, this man that you see on your screen is Hans Heier. That's his name. Hans Heier. Where is he from? What he's all about? What is his age? What's the deal? What's his story? So this is Hans Heier, and he plays for Lillestrøm in the Norwegian top flight. So for those of you that are unaware, Lillestrøm, you know, a team that has, you know, played football and even given opportunities to players outside of Norway as well, a club that has given players chances. And we know the Norwegian league from the likes of Rudy Austin and Kari Stevenson, Luton Shelton, Demar Phillips, Jason Morrison, all got playing opportunities, Deshaun Brown, and we can literally go on and on and on in relation to that matter, right? So they play within the top flight league in Norway. Right now, Lillestrøm are fourth in the league, and they are fourth only by goal difference. The team that wins the Norwegian top flight, they qualify for the Champions League, while the team that finishes second and third, they qualify for the Europa Conference League. So there's no Europa League, but there's a Conference League place, right? And right now, Lillestrøm are fourth in the league. So it's just goal difference keeping them out of the top two, to be quite frank with you. Bodo Glimt have 9 points. Brann FK, the former club of Rudy Austin, they have 6 points. HamKam have 6 points. Lillestrøm have 6 points. Early days in the season, because we've only had 3 games so far this campaign, so that you guys are aware, broadly speaking, about this, all right? So that you guys are aware of things. So now that we have that in mind, who is this guy? Hans Heier. Siobhan Pearce, how are you doing? Tevin Campbell, how are you? Hope you're doing good. Siobhan, I see your question. I'll be getting to it quite shortly. I just want to get through a bit of background about Hans Heier. So Hans Heier, he's an 18-year-old winger. He's an 18-year-old winger, and he plays for Lillestrøm in Norway. So why are we discussing him? He was born in Norway to a Norwegian father, and he was born to a Jamaican mother. Yes, Norway is one of the most expensive places to travel to and even to live as well. It's quite compelling when you're bearing in mind that healthcare, education is free in Norway. But whenever it comes to like food and necessities, it's very expensive. A 3-minute taxi ride can cost you $25 US, and that's upwards of 3,000 Jamaican dollars. You know what I'm saying? A cup of tea, that's $2,000. I'm sure you can go inside a coffee shop and get a coffee for less than 2,000 Jamaican dollars. Right, guys? And imagine you going to, for an example, get a patty for 150, 180 Jamaican dollars. In Norway, it's double the cost, bare minimum. So Norway, yeah, it's been tough, especially for Jamaicans that were living that era. Why did his mom decide to go to Norway? Opportunity. When an opportunity presents itself, you grasp it. And she was smitten, or I should say the Norwegian man was smitten by one of our own Jamaican women, and they produced this offspring by the name of Hans Heier. So he's 18 years old, and on Wednesday, he turns 19. He was born April 26, 2004. That's April 26, 2004. All right, so that means on Wednesday, he turns 19. And next year, this time, 2 days from this time next year and 2 days from now, he will turn 20. So that is the situation with Hans Heier and his situation in relation to his age, so that you guys have a bit of background about him in particular. Has he been called up to play for Norway? No, he hasn't. Would he listen to what Jamaica has to say? Certainly. Siobhan Peart. What's your thoughts on the current development? Development structure in relation to the local league, with the link up around having a cup competition involved, or progression that is going to take place quite soon. So you can expand on that a little bit. Dr. Hero says, a blessed Simon. Hey, Dr. Hero, how you doing, man? O'Neill Duran says, big up, Simon. Big up, O'Neill. How you do? All is well? Hope you're doing good. Sham6 says, Simon, I remember the days when have 4 and 5 players in Norway. Yeah, you remember that? Cara Stevenson. We had Rudolph Austin, Jason Morrison, Demar Phillips, Luton Shelton. And we had more, We had so much more, especially in that time frame, maybe 2008 to 2012, thereabouts, in that time frame, because we had other players. For an example, like Eric Vernon. Eric Vernon played for Nybergsund. Yep, he played there. And we also had, remember Andre Campbell? And you guys would have seen an interview on this platform done with Andre Campbell. Andre Campbell played for Nottingham FK, the same club that Fabian Taylor played for as well, the very, very same club. And there could have been other opportunities as well. For example, Lovell Palmer had a trial at IK Start. He didn't end up at IK Start, but IK Start wanted him. But something better came his way in Major League Soccer, and he played almost a decade of Major League Soccer, from Houston Dynamo to Portland Timbers to Real Salt Lake to Chicago Fire. So he had a very good spell, Lovell Palmer, in terms of playing football overseas, So he had that great opportunity. And there are others. There are others that went on to play in Norway. Damien Williams is another one as well. Damien Williams went on to actually play football as well within Norway. And we know Dwayne Miller was in Sweden, but you guys get the drift, right? Yeah, you guys get the drift of what I'm saying. Nybergsund, that's where Damien Williams played as well when he played, football overseas with things, And when you're bearing in mind Dwayne Carr played for Sarpsborg 08, which is in Norway, So 2008, 2007, 2008 to 2015, thereabouts. You could say, yeah, there was decent Jamaican contingent and involvement within Norway, for sure. Happy Monday, Simon said, blue face, blue smiling. I don't get it, RR. Maybe you can expand on that one for me. Norway have a very high cost of living and was over there last year, very expensive. Really? You're over there recently? How was it? I've never been to Norway before, but you can share a little bit about the experience there. But yeah, you mentioned the cost of living high. I can imagine food, basic items, and so on But for Norwegians that live there, when you're bearing in mind little things like education and healthcare, it's pretty simple for them, very much so, especially in Oslo. Uncle Tennessee, aka Uncle T. Oh boy. Tevin Campbell says he can come for the under-21. Well, there's no under-21 team, but I understand the point you're making, Tevin. I understand the point you're making in that matter in particular. And for me, in relation to Hans, I think it's important to monitor the development, keep tabs. I'm not saying tomorrow morning, yeah, bam, Jamaican passport, etc. But what I'm saying is that we keep track, we monitor, especially those that are in Scandinavia, that are in Switzerland, that are in Holland, because there might not be a whole lot in these regions, but at least we're aware of where they are and how they're doing. Even if it may not be to the standard yet for Jamaica, at least we're seeing how they're doing and what steps they need if they're eventually to get involved in the national setup. Omar Brown says, bless up, Simon. Bless up, Omar. How are you? Hope you're doing good. I think Norway League plays Europa League because Arsenal play against one team. Yeah, Tevin, but here's the thing. Next season, it won't be that way. Norway has lost those coefficient points. So Norway will have Champions League and Europa Conference League next season. Eric Vernon, Adrian Reed, O'Neill Bigger Thomas, Dwayne Carr. Yep, those are other individuals as well that have gotten the opportunity to play in Norway. And how could we forget as well Damien Lowe? Damien Lowe also got the opportunity to play football in Norway. And he has good reviews from his time playing in Start from 2017 to 2020. You guys remember that spell, right? 2017 to 2020 when he was with IK Start. Yeah, I'm sure you guys would remember that in particular. And then eventually making a move around the Middle East and North America, right? Yeah, I'm sure you guys remember that time frame and how all of that's panned out with things, And he's gone to 3 Gold Cups, and this summer would be his 4th Gold Cup, So that's something that we can bear in mind. Who else? We mentioned Luton Shelton. Earl of Austin played in the Europa League for Brann FK. Luton Shelton was at Aalborg in Denmark when he played in the Europa League, what was then known as the UEFA Cup. Scored a brilliant diving header against Deportivo La Coruña. And then the round of 16 or quarterfinals took on Manchester City. Luton Shelton scored in regular time, but in the penalty shootout, Clara Lawrence said, bless up, Simon. Bless up. How are you? And it's fully a talk about the cost of living. Norway is one of the 2 countries I'd want to migrate to. Really? Interestingly. You see what I'm saying, guys? You see, if in the next 10 to 15 years, you see surnames Peart popping up and around Norway, it's Siobhan's responsibility. You guys know that as a fact. If you see in Norway in another 10 to 15 years in the Norwegian top flight at Brann FK and Molde and Vålerenga, and you see some players with the surname Peart, then it's Siobhan's fault. Well, not fault, but it's his responsibility. Just like when you go to Colombia and you see Lawrences in Medellin and Bogota and Cali and Cartagena, it's Jason Lawrence's fault for doing that. So when you see Lawrences popping up in Colombia in another decade from now, it's Jason Lawrence's fault. When you see Pearts popping up in Norway, it's Siobhan Peart's responsibility. All right? So hopefully that dissects things for you. Mr. Campbell, good evening, sir. How are you doing? Hope you all is well. How was your day? How are things? What did you miss? Well, to kick things off, you're all encouraged to hit the like button, and after you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary. Spoke briefly about the 2 videos that were done today in relation to Kyle Ming and the progression he's making locally, and also Shamar Bailey, who had a trial recently with Celta Vigo, and he has been asked to come back to Celta Vigo for a second trial. So I encourage you guys to watch that video. So that was discussed, Ian Campbell. Shamar Bailey being asked to come back to Celta Vigo for another trial. Jamaican, born talent, Papine High, went to the States, played for a local team. Celta Vigo saw him, took him on trial, they want him back. And now we also discussed Kyle Ming as well. In this video in particular, we touched on this man on your screen. This man on your screen is Hans Heier. Hans Heier is 18 years old, and he's going to be 19 years old on Wednesday. That's right. So he turns 20 in 2024. So he was born in the year 2004. Hans Heier was born to a Norwegian dad and was born to a Jamaican mother. All right. Richard Stewart says, "Good evening, Mr. Preston." Good evening, Richard. How are you doing, sir? I hope you are doing well. How is your family? How are things? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Looking forward to hear how you feel. How are things? Let me know. Tell me how you feel about things and how you are doing. Looking forward to hearing more from you. But for now, what I can say, he's not involved in the Norwegian youth setup. So there's an opportunity. But what I will say is that for right now, this is about talent identification, awareness, and steady progression. He's a winger. And basically, in terms of his skill set, it's all about penetrative crosses with the pace that he has. So he's progressing nicely. For me, in terms of what I want to see in terms of steady improvement, would be for him to add different facets to his game. So he can underlap and overlap the fullback that comes up with him. It's not something that happens constantly. So I'm hoping this is something that can be added to his game. So even if the fullback has possession, he can underlap because I want him to go for glory. And I know that he's able to take shots from distance and he's able to find the target as well. So that is an aspect of things. So Ian Campbell, it is important that those individuals that are in Norway, those individuals that are in Holland, in Switzerland, in Germany, those markets where it's not a huge number, there's at least tabs kept on them. And what I mean that is that we know, okay, this week you got some minutes, this week you got some minutes. What's the progression like? How are things moving in this stratosphere? Is the expectation in the right direction? For me, those are the things that we have to look out for. Those are the things that we have to expect moving forward. And for me, those are the important aspects that we have to ponder and bear in mind. Lillestrøm right now in the Norwegian top flight. So you have Bodo Glimt, which is at the top of the league with 9 points. Brann FK, 6 points. HamKam, 6 points in third. Lillestrøm, they're fourth in the table with 6 points. And the teams at the foot of the table are Ålesund, Molde, and Steinefjord. Those are the teams in the bottom three. The bottom two get relegated, while the team that finished third from bottom, they qualify for the relegation playoffs. And the relegation playoffs is between the team that finishes third in the second tier versus the team that finished third from bottom in the first tier. So that's basically how they do the promotion, relegation bit things, which is quite compelling compared to just 3 go up, 3 go down. You know, it adds a bit of life and dynamism to things. A bit unfortunate that Daniel Gordon a couple of years ago, when they were on the cusp with Karlsruhe, where they finished in the league, you know, they took on a team that was nearly to be relegated from the Bundesliga, but yeah, they stayed up. In relation to Lillestrøm, what sort of progression have they made in European competitions? They've been to second round of the European Cup, which was back in 1988. They've also had a second round run to the UEFA Cup in 2001. They've been to the third round of the Intertoto Cup back in 2007. They played in the UEFA Europa Conference League last season as well. So they've played in the Conference League, the Europa League, the Champions League. So they have a history of playing within the 3 European club competitions. That's something that has been a part of them. The head of the academy at Lillestrøm is Tony Ardinas. And Tony Ardinas is a Spaniard, and he wasn't a player, but he had some time at Atletico as an assistant. And what he had to say about Hans Heier was riveting. He was making the point that Hans is progressing nicely in the academy and is showing a great work ethic, even at arriving before everyone else at training. He mentions the point that Hans is an individual that is willing and eager to learn and to make his progression. What he has advised Hans to do is to ensure that he works more to be two-footed as an individual. So that is coming along quite nicely. John Paul says, up Simon, hey, up. How are you? All is well? Ira Vibe says, a bless of Simon. IS Abdi says, hey, how are you? Ira Vibes and IS Abdi. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing good. How's the family? Still in Qatar? Are you in London? Where are you now, my friend? Where are you? How are things? Do let me know. Looking forward to it. Yeah, keep me posted. Qatar, you're in London, you're in Somalia, because I know Somalia has their under-17 qualifiers soon, doesn't they? Looking forward to hear more about that. So that's where we are right now. And we're looking forward to more. Yep. That's what I'll say there. Let's see what else are being said. Second question. Ira Vibes. I don't know if it's a situation where Brennan Johnson grew up with his mother, who is Welsh, instead of his father. I don't know if that is the case, but I'm not going to speculate. It's disappointing when you bear in mind his father did represent Jamaica, score for Jamaica, played for Manchester United. So disappointing, but we'll press forward, we keep on going, and we'll see what happens, eh? One step at a time. But that's where we are. I'm good. My friend just traveled to Algeria to cover the under-17 AFCON. We start our tournament on Saturday. Okay, on Saturday. Okay, cool. That sounds good. Very good. You know, all the best to you in that tournament, and wishing you guys all the success in the world to succeed. Gillette, bless up Simon. Hope you and the family good. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you? How's the family doing? Looking forward to hearing from you. But yes, most things are under control, my friend. Most things are under control. I am doing well, and looking forward to hearing more from you. Yeah, very much so. Looking forward to that. Well, this is the situation that we have this morning on your screen right there to catch up, you guys. First of all, welcome aboard. Welcome to Reggae Boys Commentary. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary. Come on, guys. Almost 100 of you guys watching and not even 100 likes. You guys have to smash the like button, don't you? So we spoke earlier about the two videos that were done earlier today. Kyle Ming and also Shamar Bailey. Kyle Ming progressing very well locally within the Jamaica Premier League, and also Shamar Bailey. Shamar Bailey, formerly of Papinhai, he had a trial with Celta Vigo, and Celta Vigo have asked him to come back on trial. So Shamar Bailey is putting things in place so that he could go back on trial quite soon, because basically what they've said at Celta Vigo is that for a Jamaican, this is word for word, they said that, you know, the way how he plays the ball is like a Spaniard, put it that way. So they're impressed with his touches on the ball. And he's saying that it's a lot of because he's a centre half, so it relies a lot on the centre half playing through balls to the centre forward. And he says that's an aspect of his game that they've asked him to work upon. So it's good, you know. So that's good, you know. Very much excited about that. Yeah. Hey Sam, what do you think about Bell's teammates, Carlton Morris? So for those of you who are not aware, Mr. Galaxy is talking about Amari Bell, and he's talking about Amari Bell's teammate, which is Carlton Morris. And Carlton Morris is a 27-year-old striker who plays at Luton Town, and he's had a fantastic season. That is Carlton Morris. Carlton Morris has scored 20 goals in 43 appearances within the championship. This is Carlton Morris's most prolific season ever as a footballer. His most prolific season ever as a footballer. Most that he's ever scored, even in the league prior to this season in particular, is 8 goals. And that is in the league, and that was in the Scottish Premiership. Prior to that, we'll have to go back to his time with Barnsley, where he scored 7 goals in a season. You see what I'm saying? In League One, there were times where he had 3 goals. But here we are now, in the Championship. Luton Town certainly going to be securing a playoff berth. You know what I'm saying? And Luton Town stands a good chance of promotion. I still think Middlesbrough holds the upper hand for promotion to the Premier League, but we can't rule out Carlton Morris and what he has done, what he has been able to do. Let's take some comments. Yep, I know Dion Rankin. Yep, Dion Rankin is a good player. Very much so. And you'd have heard that Omari Hutchinson, when he spoke about Malik Mudassil and Dion Rankin and having conversation with these guys and what it means, and Silko about Jamaica, and he's doing his best to encourage all of them. So Omari is playing his own role. Thank you, Simon, Jamaica and Somalia. Yeah, man. So, yeah. The deal with this young man is that he was born to a Norwegian father and born to a Jamaican mother. So his maternal side of the family is Jamaican and his paternal side is Norwegian. And he has not been involved in relation to the Norwegian setup, you could say. So that's the situation there. Something that can be worked upon. Young Boss says, bless up, Simon. Bless up. How are you? Mr. United says, yo, Tennessee. Yeah, and a massive thanks to everybody in the comments as well that have been able to share your reviews as well. Timur Peterkin and Sharad Hall, Mr. Galaxy, Sham 6, Tennessee, Lewis, Wayne Carnegie, Tevin Campbell, Siobhan Peart, Dr. Hero, O'Neill Durant, RR. Is that Ramoy Reed or RR is a different person from Ramoy Reed? Tevin Campbell, Omar Brown, Clara Lawrence, Ian Campbell, Richard Stewart, John Powell, Ira Vibes, IS Abs, Gilla T, Avis Williams. So everybody, Young Boss, Mr. United, everybody that has had their say within the chat. Grateful for your interaction. Very much so. Very happy for your interaction. I truly am. And I look forward to hearing from all of you throughout the course of this video, and of course others as well. Please, I encourage you to go and watch the video. Watch the video that was done with Shamar Bailey, the individual, the young man who had his trial recently at, that's right, Celta Vigo in Spain. That's right, Celta Vigo in Spain, España. It's going to be a good one. You guys will enjoy it, honestly. I know that you guys will enjoy it. So that's what I'll say there. So that's what I can say. Timur Peterkin says thumbs up. Okay. Timur Peterkin says thumbs up. All right, cool. I understand. Fair enough. I know that there was an imprint last season when he was at Barnsley, but I know from the face value of the surface, the first thing that people will say is 7 goals in 28 appearances at Barnsley, 1 goal over 4 appearances. Is that really something that should be mentioned? But then again, when you look at, for an example, what happened with Luis Suarez when he first joined Liverpool, it wasn't a hit the ground and running sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Many people forget that Luis Suarez's first season at Liverpool, it was firstly half a season and it was 4 goals in 13 appearances. The very next season, it was 11 goals in 31 appearances. So that's a goal in 3. Not exceptional, but at the same time, not terrible. And then the 2012-2013 season, 23 goals in 33 games. No, those are some wicked numbers. And then, of course, the title charge the following season with 31 goals in 33 appearances when you get basically getting almost a goal per game. And as we know, he didn't play every single game that campaign. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's something for us to bear in mind. Yeah, he won a trophy at Liverpool, which was the League Cup on penalties against Barnsley. 2-2 and 3-2 after regulation time. So that's what happened there. Yeah, Suarez played, but Suarez didn't take a penalty. Interesting. You had Gerrard, you had Charlie Adam, you had Dirk Kuyt, you had Stuart Downing, and you had Glenn Johnson. And sorry. And you guys know what's something interesting is that Steven Gerrard's cousin actually played in that game for Cardiff. Anthony Gerrard. Yeah, Anthony Gerrard came from Liverpool. He's actually born in a place called Heier. He actually started his career at Everton Football Club. Yeah, of course. He's born in Liverpool Football Club. Cousin of Steven Gerrard. So yeah, that's where we are. Young boy says, keep up the good work, Simon. You're the best. I appreciate your encouragement. I appreciate your hard work. And I trust that everything will fall into place in time. So thank you. This young man on your screen, he plays for Lillestrøm. He plays for Lillestrøm in the Norwegian top flight. MPEG TV says, greetings, greetings. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing good. How are things? Let me know how you're doing. Looking forward to hearing from you. Yeah. Yep, looking forward to it. So what else you guys are saying? Well, guys, by the way, Trent Alexander-Arnold is an Everton fan. But I'll show you that picture another day. Trent is an Everton fan. Steven Gerrard is an Everton fan. Who else? Steve McManaman is an Everton fan. Jamie Carragher is an Everton fan. So, yeah. Cameron Archer and Johnson Clark-Harrison make a lethal pair. 2 natural goal scorers. It would take time for it to work, bearing in mind the skill set of both Avis Williams. But individually, yeah, they are brilliant football players. Absolutely. MPEG says, good, progressing nicely. Very nice. Glad to hear that. And you guys... So yes, we spoke about Carlton Morris. Yes, Carlton Morris, Mr. Galaxy, he is eligible to represent Jamaica. He's at Luton Town, and he has 20 goals in 43 appearances this season for Luton Town. And just to give you guys a gist of how things are, because we're going to have quite a number of Jamaicans involved within the playoffs of the Championship, League One, and also League Two as well. We're going to have quite a bit of Jamaicans involved within the playoffs itself. Now, in relation to the English Championship, Luton Town, they're already secured a spot within the playoffs, right? Middlesbrough, led by Michael Carrick, will also be there as well. In relation to the other teams, Coventry City and Sunderland are there, but Millwall could force their way in. But right now, as it stands, those are the front runners. So Preston North End, they have 2 games to go with Daniel Johnson. For Preston North End to get into the playoffs, they would have to win their remaining 2 games and hope that one of Sunderland and Coventry lose their last 2 games. That would be anyway for Daniel Johnson and Preston to be able to get into the the playoffs itself. In addition to other players in the league, it's a difficult time for Reading, it's a difficult time for Blackpool, and a difficult time for Wigan, as they look like they'll be focusing on life in League One for the next calendar year. In relation to League One specifically, it's an interesting one, very much so, because Plymouth Argyle and Ipswich Town, they look like they're going to finish in the top two, but Sheffield Wednesday, Darren Moore, they're just a point behind, and Darren Moore knows if he wins his last two games and one of Plymouth or Ipswich loses, then there's a chance that Sheffield Wednesday could finish automatic, There's an opportunity, so we want to wish Darren Moore all the best within that league. Donrottle and Barnsley, they're in the League One position. So are Bolton Wanderers and so are Derby County at this point in time as well. So they could be involved within the playoffs. Timur Peterkin says, like up the live, guys. Yeah, man, guys, like up the live. Woohoo! So in relation to League Two now, what you have is Leyton Orient, Northampton Town, and Stevenage. They occupy the top three positions. And the teams that are in the League Two playoffs, you have Stockport County, Carlisle United, Bradford City, and Salford. And who plays for Salford? Well, the individual that plays for Salford City FC is none other than, that's right, Adrian Joseph Mariappa. Yep. At the other end of the table, well, Crawley Town, they're 6 points above the drop zone, so they know. One more point, and they'll stay within the division itself. Within the National League, well, look at it this way. Wrexham from Wales, they will be definitely promoted to League Two. And what a fantastic season when you bear in mind, Notts County is going to finish with more than 100 points, and they're not automatically promoted. They have to go through the playoffs with Chesterfield and most likely face one of Woking or Barnet or Bromley or Bournemouth. And we certainly wish all the best to Bournemouth as well, because as you know, Bournemouth has Lloyd Doyley as assistant manager. So we wish Bournemouth all the best and Lloyd Doyley for the work that he's doing there as well. So we want him to continue doing what he's doing there at the club, so we want the absolute best to come to fruition for that situation in particular. All right, so as I said, you could have a lot of Jamaicans involved. And let's not forget as well with Notts County, you have Junior Moraes. Junior Moraes, born in Kingston, Jamaica, 27 years old. Junior Moraes started out at Fulham, then went to Wickham, and now playing for Notts County right now within the National League. Played at St Mirren over in Scotland. Jamaican-born player, has a Jamaican passport, and doing quite well in this frame of mind. Other Jamaican-born players involved with things, Jamil Matt. Yep, Jamil Matt, the man from Marvelly. He's at Walsall right now and has a deal with Walsall until the end of the 2024 season. Now, where Walsall are right now, this is a club that's, the city of Walsall is where he was raised, because he was born in Jamaica. He left when he was 7 or 8 years old and settled in Walsall. Walsall right now, 17th in the league. They're not going to get relegated, but there's no chance of being promoted to League Two. But, we still wish him, that is Jamil Matt, all the best on the next chapter, next season, I should say, of his career. The time that he had at Forest Green Rovers was brilliant, I would say. 36 goals in 98 appearances, basically a goal every 3 games, more or less, for the club. It just felt like redemption after Newport County let him go because of COVID reasons. And then going to Forest Green Rovers and scored 17 goals the first season and 20 the next season. I just think that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, playing League One football as well. So that's a little bit about what Jamil Matt might be able to bring to the table. Well, next year for Walsall, is he open to play for the Reggae Boys? Who? Jamil Matt? Yeah, Jamil Matt would be. Tyler Roberts signed a new deal with Wolverhampton. Yes, that is correct. Tyler Roberts has signed a 2-year contract with Wolverhampton Wanderers, so he will be at the West Midlands-based club until the summer of 2025. Yes, that's right. Remember earlier this year in January, we had Dexter Lembikisa sign a new contract with Wolverhampton Wanderers. So Dexter Lembikisa and Tyler Roberts, they have another few years left on their deal at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolverhampton Wanderers will be a Premier League team next season. So we hope that the likes of Dexter Lembikisa and Tyler Roberts will be able to get some playing time, especially within the first team next season. So looking forward to that. And as I made mention earlier, Tyler Roberts was actually born in the area in the West Midlands. So it might be appeasing to give him his debut, maybe the last game of the season, to appease the local fans and show the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old kids are there. If Tyler Roberts can make it and he's a local lad, then why can't I make my debut for Wolverhampton Wanderers as well? So these are little things that we have to bear in mind as well, the intangibles of the sport itself. Philadelphia Union and West Ham United are also in the Cup semi-finals. Yes, that is right. The Philadelphia Union are in the semi-finals of the Concacaf Champions League. Yep, that is right. Philadelphia Union with Damian Lowe, with Andre Blake, are into the semi-finals of the Concacaf Champions League, and they will play Wednesday, 8 o'clock against LAFC in the first leg of the semi-finals. The second leg of the semi-finals will take place in LA on Tuesday, May 2nd. So whatever happens, there will be an MLS club in the final. And secondly, is that a Jamaican club a Jamaican player 4 games away from qualifying for a FIFA Club World Cup, 4 wins away from qualifying the FIFA Club World Cup. And over to the West Ham United side of things, our vibes, as you know, Mikel Antonio went to the semi-finals of the UEFA Europa League last season, went to the semi-finals before losing to Eintracht Frankfurt. And now they're in the semi-finals of the UEFA Europa Conference League. So 2 European competition semi-finals in back-to-back years. Brilliant job for West Ham. When the stadium was built, I went there in 2017 and I was speaking to fans and they said, look at the stadium, look at the capacity. We need to be playing European football. And here West Ham United are now basically 5 to 6 years later playing European football. For me, I think West Ham United deserve to be playing European football. Champions League, that's tough when you're bearing in mind that Newcastle United are going to open the wallet some more. So Europa League, here's the thing. If West Ham United win the UEFA Europa Conference League, the next season they'll play in the UEFA Europa League. You get it? So where they are in the league, it's hard to fight for European places. But if they actually win the UEFA Europa Conference League, the next season they can play in the Europa League, which means a 3rd season of European football. 3 seasons of European football. 3 seasons of European football for Mikel Antonio, for Ben Johnson and company. What are my thoughts on Corey Adai? I think that Corey Adai is an individual that is a work in progress. I think he's a player that has some work to do in terms of the distribution side of things. For me, what I would love for him to continue to do is to enhance that ability, and I look forward to seeing more from him from that standpoint. Timur Peterkin says we could see Barnes in the championship next season as well. Yes, you're right, we could. But to me, Timur Peterkin, that would be a bitter taste in my mouth because I want Darren Moore in the championship. That's for me. I want Darren Moore to be coaching in the championship. He's been knocking on the door. So for me personally, I want Darren Moore and Sheffield Wednesday to be promoted to the championship. And as we know, Sheffield Wednesday have Jaden Brown at left back and they have Marvin Johnson, who occupies it on the left-hand side of a midfield 3 or even a left wing back if needs be as well. So for me, I would love to have Jaden Brown, not Jaden Brown, but Darren Moore and Sheffield Wednesday within the championship next season. Ian Campbell says, Simon, do you see Mario up in the Gold Cup squad? One word answer to that question is yes. So hopefully that answers your question in particular. Yep. That's the situation that we have here. That's what we got. But I must say, the work that has been done by Michael Carrick at Middlesbrough, it's like a wow. is a fantastic job. That way. Things in the northeast were looking bleak, but now sun is coming out. Newcastle United, things are going well. Sunderland are on the up and up. Middlesbrough are pushing as well. So things are changing in the northeast. Things are changing. Remember, you had Newcastle United relegated and Middlesbrough relegated in the same season. Yeah. Sunderland in League One at one period of time. Yeah. Unfortunate. But we press forward, don't we? Yes, indeed. Press forward. And we work on the elements that we need to. It's amazing that Alexander Mitrovic scored 43 goals in the championship last year in 44 games. This season, the numbers aren't so bad, 11 in 21, but he won't be available until the third to last game of the season for Fulham. I'm sure if they had him, Fulham would still be in a conversation for 8th or 7th, perhaps. Well, the thing is, DC United did not name him in their 2023 squad. That's the situation there. So we're going to have to be patient, and you will get further information in due course in relation to him and other individuals. So the situation that we have. He still occupies a squad number of 49, but that is the situation, my friend. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. In relation, again, to the man that you see on your screen, folks, that is Hans Heier. Hans Heier was born in Norway to a Norwegian dad and a Jamaican mom. That's right, a Jamaican mom. So that is the deal with Hans Heier. Yeah, because I think it's going to be the same as well. I think it's going to be Barnsley or Sheffield Wednesday, South Yorkshire Derby, to be able to be promoted to the championship. It's a tough one, I know. But for me, I think John Russell, after the Gold Cup or before the Gold Cup, could get an opportunity within the championship. That's how I feel about the situation. Darren Moore getting promoted to the championship earns his stripes even more. You know, for me, I think that would just be a massive coup on his part and remove the things that were on him. You know, many people are saying, well, he got relegated from the Premier League. He got relegated from the Championship. When he took over West Brom had to win all of their 8 games. And he went on to the final day of the season. He took West Brom with a chance of survival to the final day of the season. To the final day of the season. He gave them a fighting chance. And even won Manager of the Month award for, I think it was April 2018. The Championship, same thing. He took over a Sheffield Wednesday team in the Championship that were also in disarray and needed sorting out. But guess what? He's rebuilt the ship and he's rebuilding the ship. And Sheffield Wednesday have 90 points. 90 points and they're third. 90 points and they're third. Man, and they had a 25-game unbeaten run. Man. So, for me, I'm wishing Darren Moore all the best with Sheffield Wednesday to progress forward. And I'm hoping that in the summer, and trusting, I should say, that John Russell will be able to get an opportunity in the Championship, a club next season, or even Premier League, because he has Premier League ability to me. So that's how I feel about him as an individual. John Russell or Darren Moore? I don't want to. No, we're not going to do that conversation. But you guys get the drift of the point that I'm making here with these sorts of individuals, right? Yeah. Yeah, you guys get it. Yeah, you guys get it. You guys get exactly what I'm saying. You guys understand completely. So there we have it. Reggae Boys crew, that's the situation, viewers. I'm grateful that you guys have been able to tune into this video and see this man that you see right here on your screen and get a little bit more of an insight into him, his style, what he does, and everything there is about this man in particular. I want you guys to meditate on it. I want you guys to think about him and his ability, and so that you guys are aware of things, okay? So that is the situation. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm grateful to each and every one of you for being able to tune into this platform. Gratefully appreciated. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary to subscribe button right away. All right, guys? Would really appreciate it. Young Boss says, Simon, what do you think about Giovanni Brown? Yeah, Giovanni Brown, Exeter City, played for Jamaica the Under-17 FIFA World Cup in Mexico in 2011, played in the Concacaf Under-17 Championship in Jamaica in 2011 as well. This is when he was at MK Dons, later went on to Peterborough United, later went on to Cambridge, and was also on the bench at Colchester United when Manchester United took on Colchester United at Old Trafford as well in the League Cup. Yeah, it was a good game too, wasn't it? Had a trial at Forest Green Rovers. Well, not a trial, but had a loan spell at Forest Green Rovers. And at this point in time, Exeter is where he is right now. He was called up for that game against Morocco and Qatar, but circumstances. For me, this season, double-digit number of goals. This is the second best season of his career. Granted, the first best season of his career was when he was playing in the semi-pro division, and that was specifically in the Premier Division at St. Neots Town, which is basically like 9th tier, but he's playing in a league where he deserves to be. I think he is a League 2 player. I think he could make the jump to League 1. Personally, I think he could make that adjustment. But yeah, that's how I feel. So that's how I feel about the man himself, Giovanni Brown. And his brother still works, and his brother is here on the island. His brother works in tourism as well, and his brother is very proud of him as well. And whenever I see his brother says, "Heal up Jelani," Giovanni. Yeah. So that's what I'll say there, everything. Everything. Team Orpedic says, Simon, Mary Taylor with Liverpool, is there any link to Jamaica? No. Mary Taylor was born in Gillingham in England. She plays for Liverpool. As you made mention, she played with Angel City FC and also played at Chelsea as well, But many people were wondering what happened after her time at Chelsea. She went to school in the States, played, elite soccer academy and so on. But no, she has Irish heritage. She doesn't have Jamaican heritage. She has Irish heritage. That's Marielle Jean Taylor. No Jamaican heritage for her. She has Irish heritage. Yep, that's the situation right now with Exeter. I know that they got promoted, so that's what I'd say. Yeah, definitely. League One player, Gary Caldwell, good manager. I remember Gary when he was at Celtic, and eventually when he went on to Wigan Athletic. And even from his time at Celtic, I could see the manager with him. So for him to get that opportunity, it came as a no surprise for me. And somebody has actually played Champions League football, played in the Premier League, etc., etc. You guys get the drift with what I'm saying there. So, Reggae Boys fans, thank you very much for tuning in. I am appreciative of your support watching this video in particular. If you guys haven't already, please hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Okay, guys, go right ahead. Hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Okay, guys, see you soon. More to come. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboy's Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Javon Watson and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah?
Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like and share. Is that the right order?
Skin clean and nice and ting. I'm Tiffany Cannon, Reggae Girl Striker, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.